Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here with another Disney live-action Little Mermaid doll unboxing. Today we have got the last of the characters that are available so far prior to the release of the movie, and that is Ursula and King Triton. Now, there are other versions of Ariel available. This is going to be your basic version because it's got the same tail and the same articulation level that you get when you buy the Ariel Little Mermaid doll on her own. She does not have a fabric top. She does not have the double articulated tail, but she does have this really nice plastic fin. Now, I will show you the differences between them once we get her out of the box, but we're gonna look at everything and show you guys what it is. So this is a $60 set, which is kind of pricey, but it's the only way to get Triton, which is kind of, if you're a completionist like I am, it's the only way to get it. The nice part is it does come with the same level of articulation for Ursula, so you don't have to worry about getting a lesser Ursula doll. This is the same doll that you get when you buy Ursula on her own. So, I haven't reviewed Ursula yet because I knew I was getting this pack with Triton. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the box and see what's on here. Thanks, Mini-Me. So, of course, this is by Mattel. Here's the back of the box. We see Triton with his trident. We've got Ariel over here, and we've got Ursula right there. There are also some instructions for how to attach Ursula's tentacles and how to attach the tails. And we've got a little bit of advertisement over here for the Village Girl Ariel and the Transforming Ariel. And they're kind of cool. But I don't get transforming dolls. The gimmick is not enough for me, because they don't wind up looking like either of the actual outfits, in my opinion. But for kids, that's gonna be probably one of the big sellers, that and the singing doll. Here is the UPC with the item number in case you're looking for it. I ordered mine from Amazon. As far as I'm aware, this is an Amazon exclusive, which is one of those things that makes you hate it just a little bit, because you can't gauge which one you're getting. Like, I think my Ursula's hair is a little messed up, personally. But we're gonna take these out of the plastic so we can get it without the glare. So, as you can see, they're very pretty. I gotta turn on my secondary light so we can get a little bit more detail. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. A little bit more detail. So as you can see, we've got the bottom part of the tail. This is very similar to a Fairytopia mermaid doll, but once we get them out, I'll show you the differences. It's the same face that we got on all the rest of the Ariels. Triton is who we are excited about because he's awesome. And I love that they actually gave him a trident. I don't love that it's not very detailed. That's what they've done a lot with these live-action tridents lately, is they've made them look like they were carved from stone. Like, we've had ironwork since the Bronze Age. Like, I don't understand why they're so anti-accuracy when it comes to things like that. Like, this doesn't even look sharp. And it's a magical trident. So, let's start with Ariel. She is the main character, after all. We're going to try to get her out peacefully. Take this bottom part of the box down so we can see a little bit better. Okay. And we're going to take a look at her tail. So here's what her tail looks like on its own. This is very cute. This would probably work with our Fairytopia mermaids. because look at how pretty that is, even without the paint. Now, if you have extras of these, you could probably repaint this top part or take this paint off. It actually feels kind of sticky and tacky a little bit. So I feel like you could probably pretty easily take this off with the rubbing alcohol. But this is designed as a water play toy. Now, when it comes to like water play toys, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to show you guys how a water play toy works. This is the channel for adults. Unless it is a color change feature, I'm not going to show y'all. Because you know what happens to hair when it gets wet. It never goes back the same way with dolls. Okay. There we go. Okay. So here she is. She's very pretty. I love the way Mattel did her hair. Disney Store, I was not a fan of how they handled that. Okay, let me take off that weird little strand they have pulled apart. And she looks really cute. And then we just pop her tail right in. Now, I think that's the most movie accurate tail. And let me show you the other options that we have. So from Mattel, we have this tail compared to that tail. Now this one is a better articulated tail, but this one has the better mold. I kind of wish they had gone with this style of tail and just cut it here at the knees. I don't know why they didn't, but they didn't. But as you can see, fabric top, transparent plastic on the upper fins. Like, this is a Dreamtopia Barbie, essentially. And this doll did not come with articulated arms. Check out my video on how to articulate your mermaids if you want to know how to do that. But that's the difference in the articulated tails. Now, this is still articulated because she sits at the waist, but it's not as articulated. I do say articulated a lot, and I'm sorry about that, but that's what I want, is articulation in dolls. So here is our Triton. Very cool. Its mold goes 360, so that's good at least. At least it's not flat on the other side. Okay. We've got that. Okay. We're going to take a look at Triton's tail. So Triton's tail is a transparent plastic. It's not done the same way that that the other fins are done, as you can see, because it's got this circular top. Compared to most of our mermaids have a flat top that sits inside of like a V. Okay. So we got him out, and then we just kind of pop that tail in. Right there. And he's very cool. Now, I think the only part of his outfit that comes off are these vambraces, which kind of sucks that these are the only parts that come off. Now, he does not have a full articulated arm. Hold on. Pop this. There we go. We can get that off a little bit. Okay. Alright. So we've got his little plastic pieces off now. So he has these little front parts that are gelled. He's got a very, very good face paint. Now his beard is about the same quality, I would say, that the Harry Potter, like Hagrid and Dumbledore beards have, which is they're okay. Now I wish that his arms had any other form of articulation other than just that, especially since this is a one-of-a-kind doll. Or not a one-of-a-kind, but there's his mold marker. So he does have the standard, actually, does he have articulated? He may, oh no. His neck does not have articulation. This is a flat top neck. which means when you put this on a doll that has articulation, you're gonna have to modify the neck a little bit to get it to work. Now he does have his crown, which does come off. You just have to take it off. I won't do that because his crown is really only gonna stay on while it's secured. We'll put his little van braces back on. I love these van braces compared to the ones that we got for the other mermaids in the color reveal series. Now his hand does grip the trident right there pretty well. I don't think he's even as tall as a regular, like, Ken doll, but I'm gonna compare him side to side. So here's hunky Ken doll. So just barely longer than a regular Ken doll. I'd say maybe his fin goes an extra inch. So I guess he's the right size. I can't complain too much about that. But if you were going to rebody this doll, you have to make this outfit from scratch, because the only thing that comes off are the van braces. So I'm a little irked about that. I knew what I was getting with this. Like, this was obviously done this way in the thing. Like, it does not appear to be fabric or anything. I actually am kind of surprised these come off. But let's see how they work on muscular Ken. Oh yeah, those work. So now it's not a perfect skin tone match. If you see that, I think he's actually going to be closer to Brandon, I think. Oh yeah, much closer to Brandon. This is our looks Brandon. He's one of our looks Kens. But he's not as bulky. So I think I would wind up using this body to give him the heft that I want for Triton. Especially because the beard is going to cover up a big chunk of that. Okay, so I want to see what this neck winds up looking like. So if you guys see that, it's actually glued on under there, which does not bode well for rebodying and being able to swap it back onto this body in the end. So I don't know if I'll actually ever rebody this doll unless I am able to pick this set up again at a really discounted price. Like, if I can get this set again for $20, I'll rebody Triton. But until then, you have your color match. It's gonna be Brandon. If you want to match the body type, it's going to be your bulky boys. That also includes Henry Cavill Superman and the Ben Affleck Batman doll. And they're all about the same shade. So that's your match for them. He's very good. He looks very cool. Like, I'm not going to lie, he looks good. I'm going to set him in the back, and we're going to work on getting Ursula out. Now, Ursula, I love as a character. She's one of my favorite villains because she's so camp. She was designed after the drag queen Divine, and it's a very cool character, just in general. Now, I don't know if they're going to give her more of a backstory in this version. Okay, so we got her main doll out. I got to free her tentacles now. I don't know if they're going to give her more of a story or not, but We'll see. Okay. All right. So we got these all out. So let me try to get all of this. Of course I love when they give us these big boxes that have a ton of extra room, not way too much space to take up. I don't know how in-the-box collectors do it. There's so much stuff that is just a waste of space when it comes to doll collecting. But alas, that is our lot in life as collectors, is it not? But it's okay. I'm gonna just take this stuff down. It keeps falling down anyway. Okay. So we've got Triton back there, and we've got Ariel right there, both looking very good. So we've got two options. I can't remember what it said on the instructions for how to put her tail together. Okay, so the two-pronged ones go in the back, like over here, I guess. Like that, they just snap in. Okay. And there's only one way to do these, apparently. And then you... Yeah, okay. So it goes down. This, just follow the tentacle patterns, I guess. Okay. So she stands on her own, which is really nice. She does have some articulation here at the waist. It's not a ton, but it's better than I thought it would be. She does have articulation there at the elbow. Not at the wrist, but that's okay. And she does have a... she's got a head like Triton. Okay. So, again, with Triton and Ursula, you're going to have to modify those neck holes. It's not about whether or not it'll go straight onto a plug. It's whether or not it will look good on a made-to-move body. Now, Ursula, of course, being like a lavender color, is not going to have a perfect match for a made-to-move body. Now, if you want to use her on a curvy body to do a Melissa McCarthy doll, that's going to be kind of your own go-to on that. Now, I was hoping that all of these tentacles were going to be articulated. I thought they were going to be just like plug-ins, like little slots. They're not. It's just going to be these two on the side that are articulated, which is fine. You know, it's better than none. But I was just kind of hoping that they were all going to be articulated. But she looks very cool. She's got her shell necklace, so she's obviously already stolen Ariel's voice. Now, she does not have a hand that holds the trident. Trident, yes, there we go. Here's what her hair looks like, and her face. Very pretty. A little bit of pixelation, maybe, on the lips. She's got these very cute earrings. And close-up of the shell necklace. Right there. And now I'll show you compared to Vanessa, that we've got two different versions of the Mattel shell necklace. So, as you can see, the Vanessa version looks more like a segmented shell, and they're actually going opposite ways, if you notice that. This one goes that way, and this one goes that way. Like, it's very odd. Like, I know why they did it, because, you know, the dolls are very different widths, but it seems odd to not have the shell spin the same way, unless it's part of their transformation gimmick. But again, this doll has already been rebodied onto a made-to-move doll. Check out that video if you're interested to see the shade matches. But these are very cute dolls. I'm a little disappointed in Ursula's articulation. It just doesn't go very far because of how they set up her arms. Like, her arms don't actually wind up the same point on her body. Like, that's as, you know, articulated in as she gets on her right side compared to her left side, which comes up to her waist. But it's still better than they did to our poor boy Triton, who didn't get any articulation other than at his waist. So, while I would say, I think Ursula on her own sells for $25 or $30, which kind of makes sense because these two I would pay for $15. I would pay $15 for those dolls. Now, if they sell Triton on his own eventually, that'd be awesome. My guess is they won't do that because they made it an Amazon exclusive, but they're still very cool. It does come out to about the $60 when you look at it that way on the price point wise. So it's about where you're at. Now, I wish they would have given her the double articulated tail that we saw earlier. I think that tail is better. This one is really pretty. I love the molding that they did on it, and I actually don't know why they didn't do this style of molding for the sisters. I like the fabric tails, but if I'm gonna have something that doesn't have the design on both sides, I'd rather have something that has the mold on both sides at least, so you could paint it yourself. But still very cute. I'll probably wind up using this this Ariel doll as a regular, like, made-to-move doll. Like, I might do a repaint of her face. But still very cute. And she's, of course, our main character. So if you guys have any questions about these dolls, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like. And as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings. Bye, y'all. Be good.